Hey, what's up? It's Kit. Time for another video, and today I'm going to show you how I make my slide buckles. Okay, this is an Australian one-way slide, and I'm going to show you how to make this. This is one of my experiments, and I'll show you a different style. Now, this style, this is cool. The one with the clip and everything, it's kind of easier to use, but what I don't like is the fact that it still moves, okay? And I found that if you make them like this with a big gap in the middle instead of a V, okay, it's kind of rigid. All right, so first thing we do is actually cut about a 12-inch length of wire. Now for this, you'll need a crimp, okay? So this crimp is actually just right for this wire. Now you could use different sizes, that's cool. Most important thing is that the crimp should fit the wire. All right, and don't use wire that's too thin. So I'm using an Allen key. I know it's a hexagon, but I found that it works well, at least for me. Okay, so what you want to do is actually clip it in one of the flat sides right there. Okay, and I really like this because it doesn't move, and for a Phillips head screwdriver it actually kind of still moves around. So that's it. Now you need 2 turns, okay, and it doesn't matter if it's too tight because there's a way to adjust that with the flat head screwdriver. Okay, so you do 2 turns, that one's perfect, and then 2 turns on the shorter one, and also 2 turns on the longer one. Okay, sometimes it's easier to actually turn the vice grip more than with the line right here. Okay, so you want both to be aligned like so, and then after that you remove that, okay, right there. Now it's time to do your offsets. Okay, so you could do this with eye forming tools or with round nose pliers. It's up to you. I have this, I'm gonna use this. So just do your offset a little bit like that. Okay, and then do the same here. And the most important thing to remember here is that both of these wires should be aligned. Okay, so if it's off a little bit, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, now you have this now. Okay, so actually formed real well there. And what you want to do is actually bend this part forward. Okay, so okay, like that. Now at this point, you could put beads, or you just leave it as is. Just because we have beads here, I'm gonna use them. Alright, so I'm gonna use purple. Could be any color really, doesn't matter. Okay, now the purpose of the beads is just so that this whole thing won't move around. Alright, also when you do your stoppers, it has something to snag on, and it doesn't go forward, just in case. Now with this kind of style, like I said, because it's so rigid right here, because of this gap right there, it's not gonna move. Okay, now what I do is I make sure that this is aligned to this, because I'm gonna crimp it, and I found that it's just cleaner that way. I know other people don't crimp it and they have other methods, but I found that if I crimp it, it's just clean. All right, so I put that there. You have an option to actually put some shrink tube, but we'll decide on that later. Now I want it to be really clean, so I'm gonna mark out the tag, or mark out the length right there. Okay, just a little bit. Now what I will do is cut just in the inside of my mark, Okay, like that. Now, what I want to do here is actually straighten this up, like so, and bend it a bit so that both are aligned straight like that. Put this here, and I'm ready to crimp. And if you look at that, just went in easy, it means that it's straight. If you didn't do it straight, it will not align, okay, or line up, just like that. Okay, first, just gentle pressure. Once everything is lined up, then you go down hard, just like that. Okay, and then do the same for the ends, like so, and then the other. Okay, now what happens here is that if I actually put a barrel roll there, it's not gonna be as clean. Now, put a shrink tube. Let's see that the shrink tube is actually a bit too small for this, which actually I like. Okay, so I mark the length, cut that off, take my round nose pliers and stretch it open just by a little bit. Okay, doing it too much will break it, so put that on there like that. So that's perfect. Take your beads to the back. Okay, so there we go. Okay, if you want it cleaner, you can put another one to cover that place right there, but this is pretty good. All right, now what we need to do is form an eye. Okay. Right there. You want it to be small, just like that. Bend. Okay. Offset a little bit. Take this tag. Okay, now I'm not gonna close that yet. I'm gonna put a swivel on that. Alright. Put a swivel there. Just like that. Alright, now that there's an eye formed there, what I want to do is take my vice grip here, carefully grip the eye, just like that, so that it doesn't move around. Take my round nose pliers and do at least 2 barrel wraps. Okay, so that, take other pliers and just grip it like that to ensure that it is tight. Okay, so then just continue until the whole thing is. I mean, this 304 is strong, but it's also not too stiff that it's difficult to work with. Okay, now that it's almost closed, okay, what I do is take my crimper and bend the wire down so that I'm sure that it is flush on tight there, and it's done. That is it. Now if you want to put a little bend here, as with many people. Okay, adjust that so that it's straight. Okay, you can just bend it forward just like that, and it's done. There we go. Very easy and actually very strong. Look at this. So unlike the other one that I made here earlier, okay, if you can see it compress. With this one, you don't. See, it's quite strong. And it's that easy. Alright, so once you have your stopper, I have an example here, okay? And I'll show you how to make this as well. Okay, it goes in. Okay, and as soon as the fish pulls over the end, that's it. And look at that. Even if I'm pulling really hard, this thing's not moving, and that's quite important when building these, because if this expands and goes over your stopper, if your stopper is small, that's when you lose the fish, especially the big ones. So there we go. It's that easy. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to make this. It's very simple and something that you could do for cheap. All right, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. By the way, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Thanks very much for watching.